How we doing?
Don't know. I don't know if I'm disappointed or not. It's 'cause I kind of expected it.
Yeah, it was to be expected, but hey, at least West Ham messed up a 2-0 lead, so there is that. That's good to hear. But
Yeah,
it's a tough one, though, isn't it, mate?
yeah. It's hard to take. It's hard to watch because I mean, first half were terrible, but for like 20 minutes in second half, we looked like we're giving it a go, and I thought and then all of a sudden, we let that third goal in, and it just turns like it went back to just giving up.
I mean, where do we like first two goals were avoidable, but again, sloppy defending, sloppy keeping, in my opinion. Keeper's just not good enough.
I
I
don't.
know I know we're gonna disagree with who's at fault, could the keeper do better and all of that. I get that. But the first one, okay, fair enough. Defending should have gone better. Goodmanson got skinned way too easily, but Rodon didn't jump. I don't know, mate. It's just little things, and it all adds up.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, when it's like this, you look for someone to blame all the time. But it's. I was saying earlier that Mandueke, it was skinning Aronson, he was skinning whoever were on that left hand side, he was skinning them all the time. He were a threat. Evening, Danny. But yeah, it's you can't. It's picking out individuals always happens when we play like this and we lose like this. But I mean, the first goal is just bad defending all the way through.
Thing is, though, we were just outclassed, and these things happen. Like Arsenal were fighting for the league, so it was gonna happen. I just didn't expect to lose 4-0. But again, we've not beaten them in the last 10 games, so I think we've only scored 5 goals against them. So
Yeah,
it was
I mean,
always going to be
like
hard.
I say, I just expect more of a fight. Like that 20 minutes in that second half, that's how I expect us to have a go. Like, don't just roll over. But like in the first half, I think Dominic were um, isolated up front on his own too much. There were no. I think it were a bit defensive the way that we set up for it. Um, it'd have been nicer to have someone up there with him, just to for an outlet. But yeah, it were a tough game to watch.
Yeah, I mean, second goal, I think that we're going to disagree with who's at fault for that. I mean, let's give I'm not gonna lie, Arsenal deserve that win. This is just from Leeds' point of view. It was an easy cross. You had, I think, Justin DCL both jumping for it at the same time as Darlow does, and then Darlow puts it in the back of the net. I mean, what is your honest thoughts on that?
Well, my honest thoughts were you rewind a little bit before the corner. They had a throw in, and Rice took the throw in and he stepped over the line you could clearly see his foot over the line. And then I like, how many foul throws are gonna get before before the referee blows it? But it didn't, and it resulted in a corner, which then led to the second phase of that where he got crossed over. And oh no, I'm talking about the first goal here, aren't I? But yeah, the one with Darlow where the corner came in, it's in the picture that I sent. DCL clearly is putting him off. Like he can't reach over the ball like to DCL. He got something on it, but then you've got Justin in front of him, and he can't get no purchase on the ball because DCL's blocking him. So if you
Yeah,
imagine that was an Arsenal striker, it's like blocking the goalkeeper, but he couldn't get no purchase on the ball. It's either at the post or Justin and gone in. And I mean, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate, but there's no way that I can blame Darlow for that.
but then the third goal, you literally combination of three players. You've got Pascal who slid in too early, and then fair enough, got the cross in. Rodon didn't even attempt to jump, which to be fair, he he's good in the air, but when he's having a game like this, he just doesn't attempt to go anything. He done it for the first goal. He didn't really attempt it. This one, he just let go over him, and then whoever it was, Gyökeres.
It was Bogle that Gyökeres got in front of, and
Yeah,
but like I say, it was what you call it. It just the way that Stroik just went to ground too early and then just let him cross it. Basically, that's where I see the mistakes come from. That shouldn't have got a cross. He shouldn't have got a crossover. But I mean, the goal is a goal. Like that's just an error from. I mean, cause he was lucky because it came off his shin as well.
yeah,
So it's because if Darlow had just stood still, it'd have got an hand to that. It'd have like saved it probably, but it would probably were expecting him to get a full like contact on it, and that's why he moved to the right a little bit. But yeah, it's one of them, like I say. But for me, that was Strout's fault all day for letting that even get across.
yeah. And then the fourth one, Jesus finish. I mean,
Again, it's just poor defending all the way through. Like we can pick out individual errors, but all the way through it, poor defending.
It is what it is. We were never going to win or go unbeaten for the rest of the season. So this is just reality check. We weren't good enough today, even though yes, we've been on great form recently. Second loss since December, since the City game. So
And
overall,
it's more justified losing to the probably eventual winners of the Premier League, or they're going to be there or thereabouts, and then losing to teams that you expect to have a better result with. So, I mean, like I
yeah.
said, I didn't expect anything from today. Our like thought we probably will lose this. It's too much, but I just thought after this far through the season and the form that we've been on, we'd have put up a little bit more of a fight.
I mean, let's go through the players quick rating as we normally do. Let us know in the comments if you agree with our player ratings or if you disagree with us. I know we have been a few of you have been critical of our player ratings, so we'll try and be a little bit fairer today. Darlow, mate, what did you make of him? And by the way, we do accept critical feedback because that's how we get better. So
Yeah, but I mean today's game is going to be hard to be more fair. But yeah, Gallo, I can't like I say I can't blame him for the goals, but I think maybe see if he did pull off a good save, which I mean it made no difference because we were already losing. So I think a 5.5.
I'm going 4.
I know because
I, I
you were blaming him for the goal, aren't you? And
It's not just that, mate. I just generally thought you could have done better for the first one, maybe the third,
the
potentially even second. But I'm
first one
not.
were hard though. That were an hard that would be an hard shot to save.
I'm just being critical.
Uh, it's
We things that we've had
Like Danny
problems.
said, the ball second one, the ball was going in anyway. He had to put some on it, and DCL got in way.
I'll go 4.5, but that's only it though.
All right,
Right, let's go Justin next, mate. What did you make of him today?
it's a tough game for him, isn't it? But again, probably a 5.5.
Five.
I didn't think he got worst on pitch, but he started brightly.
I'm gonna go 5 for him. Road on next, mate, because he did hell of a tackle. Literally, how he managed to get that ball, and he was behind the player when it first set off. Beautifully timed tackle, but he did errors as well, and those what stand out to you. Yes, I know he's done an amazing tackle, but it's those didn't jump for the ball, wasn't quick enough. His like, awareness wasn't on point today.
Yeah, I'd probably give him a 6 just for that tackle.
Yeah, 5.5. I'm being really, really critical, but Stroke next, mate, because there've been I thought he was the better out of the defence.
This is what I can't understand. I'm definitely for me, what worst? He made the most mistakes out of all of them.
Yes, I know he made that mistake for the third one, but overall, he looked more assured than the other two, in my opinion. And you know me, I'm not a big fan of him. I
Yeah,
don't really rate him that well.
I'm only giving him a 5.
6.
I can't see where you get him being the best of them three, and I just pointed out 2 big mistakes for you.
Yeah, I know, but he was brilliant in the air. I
And
say brilliant in
he
the air.
almost cost a 5th.
I get that, mate, but defensively, he was good in the air. Tackles, 9 clearances, 4 interceptions. Overall, I think that he was slightly better. Obviously, I've done 5 for Justin, 5.5 for Rodon, 6 for Strauch.
Agreed.
Yeah, when we went to a back four, as Danny's saying in the chat here, Pascal for me does not suit a back four. We did not play well when we went to a back four. Yes, they didn't create as much when we went to a back four, but they were more clinical. They was more effective when we went to a back four. And yeah, we do miss Pajot, I think. And this is where my question at the end is going to come into effect with centre backs and wing fullbacks. Bogle, mate, what did you make of him today? Actually, before we go that, I will go down to a 5.5 for Strauch.
Right. Well, I think with Bogle, who are see, I like Bogle. I didn't think he made too many bad errors, and he was just. I thought he were unlucky in that second half when we had that 20-minute spell. I thought he were unlucky a couple of times where the ball just wouldn't drop to him in their area. I'd quite happily give Bogle a 6. I thought he was one of the brighter players on the team.
5.5. But yeah, we were bright when he came on that part, but I just didn't think overall game he was that one of that. Goodmanson next, mate. I mean, what did you make of Goodmanson?
I don't think it was his best game. It was good going forward, but not when we did get forward. But it was getting, we were having an hard time on that left hand side. So yeah, I think 5 for him.
Yeah, decent cross though. When we did the subs in the second half, but like you said, getting skinned a bit too much, and probably one of his worst games for us. So yeah, 5. Right, Gruev next, mate. This is gonna bite me on my ass because, as I said so many times before, like I've never rated him less than a 7 as long as I can remember. Wasn't that great today?
No, and I've heard over the past few weeks on like on Square Ball and other places that people start talking about Gruev in that sense that he don't get noticed because he just gets by. But today, I think it showed that he's way out of his depth against that kind of quality. That's why I said to you, I think Longstaff would have been a better option in this game because of the experience that he's got. But yeah, he was way out of his depth, and I think 4.5. I thought this was really, really his worst game.
Do you say 4.5? Yeah, I would agree with you. And you know me, I'm probably one of his biggest fans out of all the fan base that is. But yeah, going back to Goodmanson, great comment here saying that he was back a week too early. I agree with you, but it's one of those hindsight things. You think you want to play your best team regardless of injuries and stuff. And yeah, I think it was a bit too soon. But yeah, Ampadu next, mate. Unlucky with his shot.
That would have been a great goal if that had gone in. Ampadu, I thought, out of a bad performance, I thought Ampadu in parts was one of the. I don't know if it was just me watching it like that, but I thought Ampadu was probably one of the better players for us. Not,
No, I know what you
not
mean.
brilliant, but it was. I thought it was the one that was trying to get us something, trying to get us playing. But I'd probably say our best player on the pitch, and I don't know, I'd give him a 6.
It's a tough one with him because he has stepped up. We know that, but it's one of those things that we were just being outrun. You could see the quality between the sides.
Yeah,
So
he got no one. Normally, he has loads of time and players around him, and he didn't have that today.
no. So like I said, hats off Arsenal. Fully deserved it. Way the better side. Uh, but from a Leeds point of view, 5.5.
Fair enough.
Let's go to. I'll go Aronson next, mate. What did you make of him until he went off on the 71st minute?
Again, back to how I used to see him play. I think I don't know if
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd be too generous giving him a 5, because I think 4.5 maybe would be more suitable, because I don't think he got in the game. He couldn't get in the game. He got skinned by Mandueki on that left hand side when he's trying to help Goodmanson out, and easily getting skinned by him. And yeah, going forward as well, he like you see, he can't. He has no. He has nothing to try and take a player on, and there
he
were
tried
part
to
where
push
he,
a few
there were
times.
part where he kept the ball well in a for that, like he got surrounded by a couple of players, and he were doing like a step over and a back step and got out of that situation. But I think overall he was barely in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know what? I would agree with you. 4.5. So really, really hard to like when you've had a defeat and you just want to try
Well,
and find the
he needs
good part
normally the
about it.
energy in the
But
midfield.
yeah, and I just think
He had nothing today.
hindsight is brilliant. You could say the team was wrong, but it's a tough one, mate. Let's go to Statch next, mate. What did you make of him today?
Again, I thought it's like he's winning balls every now and again, and he's trying, but he's just going down blocked alleys. Like he can't get anything, he can't do anything. He's, you know, he'll win a tackle, but then Arsenal get the ball back. He'll try to come away. I think they were just winning all the second balls. Nothing like fell kindly for us at all. So
I
yeah,
mean, it's a weird one with Statch because he made the most amount of dribbles in a game
yeah.
out of
That's what
anybody.
He tried
He
to
made
push it.
the most amount of tackles out of anyone on the pitch as well, more than double what Rodon, Goodmanson, Trossard, Declan Rice did.
Yeah.
So
That's what I mean. The game I saw from it, it's like he was winning the ball. He kept doing, and then trying to drive forward, but then it'd just go to someone
yeah,
else, or if he passed the ball to one of our players, they'd lose it and it'd come back. So I thought, like I say, that when you're trying to pick out the bright players from that, from that performance today, I thought Ampadu were all right in spells, and I thought Stack were good. If you're gonna give anybody praise, but again, I think a 6 would be the best I could give him.
I'm going to give him a 6.5. I think he was our best player,
That's fair
but
enough.
I mean, it's not hard
Yes.
after looking at it. But yeah, 6.5, definitely our best player. Brings us on to DCL when you've got a comment here saying if DCL decides to stand in front of Darlow, he must make contact with the ball instead of pinning him. Completely agree with that.
But you don't, because you said that it's
Yeah, but it
Darlow.
was but it's like it's a combination of all three, isn't it? Like
But
Justin was there
that's
and DCL's there
that's
and
my point
Darlow.
though. DCL impeding him. That's like he's playing for the opposition. The way that he stood in front of him like that,
No, I know, but I just think that it was like it's a combination of all three. having a
I think
especially
there should just
detail with
have been
Darlow.
some. I think there should have just been some communication. I think if anything from Darlow, you say it should be coming for that and shouting that
Yeah.
that's my ball and DCL doesn't jump. But it's all in hindsight, isn't it? So
What would you rate him today?
DCL 5. I
Yeah.
don't think he got in the game at all. Like very isolated in the first half. Second half a little bit, but not too much.
No, I agree. And bit of an observation here. You know, when we started this form, we were playing a 3-5-2. I think we started playing a 3-4-3, and it's not really working as much because DCL's not getting that someone up top with him. So you've got Aronson and Statch playing that little bit deeper and not next to him. Do you agree with that, or is it just what I'm?
I think he's playing. No, I think he's just playing the 3-5-2, but he's playing Aronson not as a striker. He's playing him behind, like a little bit deeper, and he's coming. He's having to, the game like today. He's having to come really deep
Yeah,
because the midfield just overran. But I think the problem with it is you've got Gruev in there that's defensive. You've got Stack that's probably the most defensive but forward going player. Then you've got Ampadu. It's like it was set up for a very defensive midfield, and so Aronson's coming in there and helping. Because Aronson spent most of the time in our half and not helping DCL. So it's the but when you've not got Metro on the bench to play that second striker, or like he's opted for Okafor being on the bench instead of so you can have Aronson or Gruev in there. But I prefer I would have preferred it if like I think Gruev it weren't the match for him. Either Longstaff or Aronson starting in that position, and
yeah,
then you push forward like Okafor with DCL. But it was so isolated in that first half. I don't think we've changed how we're playing the base formation. I think it's just that Aronson's not forward, is he? He's more of
yeah.
a midfielder, and he ended up spending most of the time in our half. So it left Calvert-Lewin isolated.
No, that's fine. Well, speaking on Longstaff, obviously he came on at half time, mate. What did you rate him?
I thought it changed a little bit of the dynamic in midfield. Like the base formation changed, but I thought it changed. Like you could tell with Longstaff when he gets the ball, the big difference of the experience he's got. There were a part where one of the Arsenal players was chasing after him, but he knows when to step in front and shield the ball. It's just one of them things that you can't buy that. You know, that's why I prefer him to be in that starting lineup over a player like Gruev. And I'm sorry to say, it's like yeah, I like Gruev, but Longstaff's experience is gonna
Oh yeah,
be something that we need for this running.
yeah. No, I agree with you. I'm going to rate him a 6.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I do want to see him starting, especially against Forest, which we'll talk about at the end. But yeah, 6 for me. Needs to be playing more. Okafor next, mate. What did you rate him today?
Um, Tried to make things happen, but I just like I say, it just frustrates me when there were a couple of times he knocks the ball past Timber and don't get round Timber. He just it's like sometimes he does something good and sometimes he don't. But like, yeah, 5.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Running on mate, came on for Aronson. What did you think of him?
Well, he played further forward, didn't he? And he tried. I thought they were gonna score a wonder goal when he was dancing through their defense, and then just lost it at the last before he got his shot off. Um, but yeah, he needs another player that needs more minutes on the pitch and get used to how we play because I think he
Oh
will
yeah,
be a good player for us, but he just needs the time to bed in, and games like this don't allow you that.
no. Next week again, maybe, or the week after, potentially. 5.5.
Yeah,
And then Willie Nonto came on the 81st minute, mate. Lively.
I mean, he's always lively when he comes on, but again, I think the game's gone by then, isn't it? It's just
Yeah,
you
3
just
0. You're
you're
3
not
0
going to change
down.
anything. Yeah, you're not going to change anything.
What would you rate him?
4.5.
I'll rate him a 5. And then Jean Perot, I mean, you even put was it you that put a comment saying, did he even touch the ball?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even notice that he touched the ball, or I don't know if he got near a ball.
Let's have a look, see if he touched the ball 3 times.
All right.
And he made 2 passes out of 2.
Well, I didn't notice him, so it
No,
can't have been spectacular.
no, I'm not going to rate him.
But
Not
yeah,
applicable for that one.
I think
And
we have to write this game off, don't we?
yeah, we do. Right. What about Daniel Farker, mate? What would you rate him today?
I know people are going to jump on his back like it's his fault. You know, but it's a tough game for anybody. Even he knows it's going to be a tough game. So probably rate him a 6 as well. But one thing he did well is he changed the substitutes. Like he changed at half time because he recognised that we were just getting overrun. So
Yeah. See, it's a tough one because while I don't mind, he went a little bit more defensive against Arsenal. Yes, he made changes and he made positive changes. Yes, I know we did end up getting the right result. And yeah, he still scored another 2 goals in the second half when we made the subs. But bringing on Longstaff and Okafor, we were actually pushing forward and looking like we wanted to try something. 6.5, 6.5.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think he's at fault for much. I think he got the starting 11 maybe. Maybe, but again, with hindsight, you look at it and think we did better when we'd made the subs, and should he have gone more attacking to start with? But I'm a big believer anyway, regardless of looking at it in hindsight, that I'm a big believer in attacking. It's like the old school way of attack's your best form of defense. It's like you play your best 11 to that can change that game to make something happen, and then bring more defensive players on later on if it's working. If you're winning and you want
Yeah.
to keep it, but if not, just keep going.
See, my thinking is football manager. You know, when you like, if you ever save scummed or whatever, you want to beat a team, you just keep saving it, load in, and you'll do that about 100 times. One of the times you'll win, and it felt like that kind of game that we were never going to really win it. So no
That
matter what formation you picked, no matter what players you picked, you could have picked like a back 2 and then gone 5 in mid, 3 or 4 up top, and still someone would moan about it, and one time it would work.
Yeah, but
But
I don't know what you're talking about 'cause I don't cheat on Football Manager.
hey, I was young once, all right. But anyway, no, tough game. We move on. We have got Forest next, mate. So let's have a quick score prediction for Forest Friday night under the lights.
Back to winning ways, 2-0.
3-0. 3-0 or 3-1.
I
I
think
just think,
I think we'll come out fighting because, like I said, I think this is a game that I think even Fark listening to his press conference after, he knew. It's like he knows. It's like one, and it might be the reason why we didn't put too much energy into it. It's like, you know, reserve yourself because there's not much chance you're going to win this game because they're a lot better than us. But there's always a chance. Like it's
yeah,
uh, and whether I'm not saying that they've thrown it. It's not an excuse, but it's like I think you got Forest on Friday. That's a more winnable game, and if you get
I
three
know what you
points
mean.
from that, everything's because you're not gonna you're gonna put if to beat Arsenal, you're gonna have to put everything you've got into it.
Yeah. So obviously, Forest have got Palace tomorrow. What would be the ideal score for that? Because obviously, Forest are below us
Mm,
by 1 point, and
yeah.
Palace are ahead of us by 2 points.
It's a tough one because I think a point's probably the best overall result, but it's tough because if Forest win, they go a point above us.
2 points above us.
Are they only a point behind us?
They're a point behind us, same goal difference as well.
Right. Okay. So yeah, so they go 2 points above us, but they drag Palace to keep Palace where they are, and then I think Palace have got. I think they're away to Brighton after that, if I'm right. So it's that it could keep Palace down there, but if we can win next week, it'll and then it puts us above them. I want to drag as many people into that relegation
I know what you
battle as
mean.
much. So, but I think overall, like a point will be the best result for tomorrow.
A point would be the best, or Palace win.
Yeah, but
Because I'd rather Forest keep behind us and go from that. But yes, I do want Palace
I
down there.
want Palace to get dragged into it as well, though, because the more teams that are dragged down there, the better it is for us.
Nah, I get that. So, transfer window ends on Monday at 7 o'clock. Do you think we'll sign anybody, and what position do you want us to sign?
I don't think we'll sign anyone.
Okay, that's fine.
um, but you never know, and it's Leeds. Like you might get someone out of left wing that nobody's heard of. I don't mean left wingers in the position, but left field.
I know what you meant.
Um, but yeah, it's. I would rather not spend money on one striker if we're gonna if you're looking at that amount of money that we've put a bid in for Strand Larson. I'd rather not spend 40 million right now on him. I'd rather buy some defensive players that just make that
And
difference.
yeah, I want Strand Larson. I think him and DCL would be good together, but I don't want to be paying more than 40 million for him. I
Yeah,
know that they've said they've now upped it to 45 million minimum, which it was 40 last week. So I I would love to say another centre back, but then you got bringing someone that's going to replace somebody. You don't want to really buy a backup. Maybe a wing back if you're being really lucky. Once you've got a striker and a centre back covered, but
yeah. I just don't think it's
we're not signing three players.
no. Well, if we sign anyone, it'll be one player, and I think that it's a very difficult situation in January because you've got to buy. You have someone come in, and if they've not been playing very long, like very regular, they've got to get up to speed, which is going to take another few weeks, and then you've got to get them bedded into the squad and the way that we play, which is going to take. And Farker don't like to just bring players in and just play them unless
Not really.
injuries. So
Yeah,
we've got Dan James back, which is nice to have him back in for this running. So that's another option. But yeah, like I think 40 million's the maximum I'd pay for Strand Larson. I don't think I'd want to go if it got into that point where it's getting into a battle with Palace. I'd rather us walk away from it because I don't
yeah,
think he's worth the 40 million that they want. Overall, I don't think he's a good striker. He did it last season, scored 14 goals or whatever. But
yeah.
I don't think he's that great that he's worth 40 million.
No, I get that. I know a lot of people that I've spoken to online have said the exact same thing anyway. So, but yeah, we will leave it there. Let us know your thoughts in the comments if you agree with us, if you disagree with us. Let us know your player ratings and all of that. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Craig, we'll see you